So my name is Michael DeLu. I'm here with my beautiful co-host, Raj, Wavy Jig, and we are to Jump Off Los Angeles. Before we get into anything, first thing I want to do is I want to ask that if you're watching this video, if you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel. You'll love it. Just click right there. It helps us to get where we're trying to go, helps us grow, helps us, you feel me, all of the above. I also want to take time to shout out the people who are behind the scenes, who make shit work. David, Jordan, Caitlin, my manager, EJ, as well as Juju. We love you guys, and we just thank you for your contribution. It really means a lot. We're about to get into our guest today, special guest, one of the hottest up-and-coming rappers in LA. I mean, you've heard his name before. He has features with various artists. He's big time. His name is buzzing through the streets.
Hey.
Own clothing line, entrepreneur, feel me? All of the above. Kee Riche, what's good with you? How you
What's
feeling?
What's up, man? Hey. Appreciate you. I'm feeling good.
Yeah, I was like I was saying earlier, man. I was literally just telling Juju and David, I want Kee Riche in here. Like I'm hearing his name, it's buzzing. Like here you are. Like it hasn't even been a month. It's been a couple weeks. Appreciate that. Appreciate you for coming in and like allowing that to be done.
Appreciate y'all having me.
Yeah.
Thank you.
How'd you get the name Kee Riche? How'd that come about?
I kind of just like made that myself. Like my name Keon, like my real name Keon. So like my nickname always been like Key or like Kiki or something. Like females even make up names for you when you kids and stuff like that. So I always kept that Key. And then like my name went from like different names as I was like rapping. Like when I first started rapping, like sometimes it was just Key, like sometimes it would be something else, Key or whatever. And then I finally just got into like the whole Get Rich movement when I decided I was gonna do my clothing line along with my music. And then I put that last name to it, you feel me? And it just kind of like solidified right there, like Kee Riche.
Hey.
That's what's up. So, Rich. So you're really into like getting money and shit like that. Like
yeah, like
so
that's
what are, aside from what you already have going on, like see the clothing line, you rocking it. That's what's up. What other things like would you like to get into down the line?
I'm really trying to get into like the weed business right now.
Yeah,
for sure. Trying to get up in there, like get like my own strain going or something like that. I'm starting to work with like brands and stuff. I want to like work with like shoe companies and stuff like that. Like I just announced that I'm about to start working with Converse. I just did like a photo shoot and like little video with Pro Club.
Hey.
So it's just like stuff like that I could help like bring to the community or like show like, you feel me, certain things about myself along with like another brand. It's like just stuff that I'm trying to do, and like real estate and stuff like that, all that. Like, you feel me, I'm trying to get into a little bit of everything.
That's what's up. Like, I didn't even know the Converse shit.
Yeah.
Does that ever surprise you, like how fast like everything is moving and growing?
Because how long have you been moving and grinding?
I've been rapping since I was 15. I'm 20 now, so like 4 or 5 years. Like, I want to say seriously, probably like 4 years. But like, yeah, it surprised me though. Like, sometimes I think about like how I started and like where I started at, and I'd be like, damn, like different. Like, you feel me? I could really open my phone and like make something happen for me. Like, you feel me? That'll change my career. Like, you feel me? Or something like that, or something different. Like, I was just telling myself how last year I was on tour, and that was kind of like the only thing that I was missing from this year. And then this year, I ended up being on Ruchi tour. Like, you feel me? At the end of the year, like, I basically went the whole year thinking, that's like the only thing I'll miss from last year, you feel me? But nah, here we are, you feel me?
And you're not managed, right? Nobody manages you?
So I was managed last year though, 2018 and like 2017. And then like the beginning of 2018, probably like around March, I stopped.
Got you. So where does because you say you could open your phone up and basically, you know, get what you need. Where's your connections? Like, who are your connections? Because I know it's a network in this business.
It's really just like, I mean, everybody know it's like who you know. So it's like, it's important to know like managers, promoters. It's important to know the person at the top. Like, you don't want the middleman. You don't want I could talk to him and, you feel me, have him talk to you. You want I talk to you and we get it done. So like the owners of buildings and stuff like that, venues and stuff like that, I know them. Okay. I know the managers of certain artists. I get at them like the correct way. You feel me? How they would have to get at me.
For sure.
How does it feel seeing that more and more people are messing with your music?
It's crazy really though. Like, I don't know. Like, I just can't really explain like that. Like, it's like sometimes it just happen, and I just gotta deal with it. You feel me? Like, it's like, damn, like, I just keep that in my mind. Like, it's only gonna get like more and more active. Like, the homie told me the other day, cause I just hit like 7K on Instagram or something, like 7K followers, and he like, yeah, you think you doing something now? He like, but wait till you hit 10K. He like, your shit gonna be buzzing. Like, it's gonna go off the, like, you feel me? And I'm like, yeah, you right. And so you feel me? I just kind of like stay humble about it.
Yeah.
Yep. And then you were talking about kind of like, before this you had some hard beginnings. Can you go into like your upbringing and how that kind of has shaped you into the person you are today?
Like, one of the things that I dealt with a lot as a kid was like, I never stayed with like my birth mom. Like, you feel me? So I was with my mother's auntie, so my great auntie, like, growing up. And so, like, figuring that out, like, growing up and, like, kind of trying to wiggle through that, like, seeing my mom every now and then and, like, having to register that kind of, like, was weird. It was, like, already a broken family concept, like, you feel me, right there. And I never met my dad. I don't know nothing about my dad, like, what he looked like, nothing. You feel me? As far as I know, I came from the air.
Wow.
But, like, stuff like that made me just, like, I really couldn't listen to nobody, you feel me? Because it's like, I don't really, like...
So you was something else.
Yeah, like, my guidance not really there. Like, my guidance is there. I got people who I look up to, who I listen to, like my grandpa, my auntie. Of course, I respect everybody and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, it was just, like, everybody else listened to their actual parents, you feel me? So it's like, I don't have that.
So would you say the streets taught you?
Life taught me. Life taught me a lot of lessons. Like, you feel me? Life lessons was just like, it was trial and error with everything. And the errors is really like what taught me everything. Like, you feel me? Right from wrong. Like, you feel me? Whatever I do, I learned about consequences. Like, you feel me? Boom. So, yeah, the street taught a lot. You feel me?
What's the biggest lesson you say you learned?
I don't know, it's a lot. But probably just, like, never to give up on yourself, though. Like, it's been a lot of times where I done seen people, like, give up on me or, like, give up on somebody else. And sometimes people let that make or break them. You feel me? Like, if people feel like they not supporting them, they'll give up on their dreams. Like, it's a lot of people making music right now, and they feel like if they get clowned or somebody say that they don't mess with their music, they gotta stop rapping or it's over. And I mean, rap not for everybody, don't get me wrong, but you never know until you really jump in and put your whole neck in there, you feel me, and really just go for it. You never know. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, don't ever let nobody else, like, determine what you got going on. That was, like, one of the biggest lessons I ever learned.
For sure.
What's up? Who were some of the artists that you grew up listening to? Because I remember before we started the interviews, talking about how much you love 50 and fuck with him. Like, who else besides? That's crazy, bro. Like, the fact that I met somebody who, like, off the bat, like, pointed that shit out. I'm like,
I grew up listening to, like, everything, bro. Like, Cube, Dre, Snoop, all that, like, 50, everything, bro. I grew up listening to everybody, but, I mean, it kind of all stuck with me, I feel like. Like, that was how I felt like I taught myself, like, how to learn how to, like, really flow on beats and, like, stay, like, in the pockets and on point. And I kind of learned music from other people's music because it was so easy for me to learn songs and, like, learn the lyrics to songs that I could just rap a whole song, like, you feel me, all the way through. And my mom used to be mad, like, you don't never learn nothing in the books, but you can learn that music. And I'm like, man, like, it's just easy. Like, I don't know. I can hear a song one time and know, like, half the song.
That's true.
So it was just, like, I feel like everybody, like, every artist that I listened to growing up, like, contributed to what I got going on. So I can't really name, like, specific
Did
one.
that happen to y'all as well? Like, you could just, like, remember a song from, like, 2005 and know the lyrics? And
I'm more so, like, I listen to, like, I don't know the story behind the music, so I'm not necessarily picking up the words. I'm just vibing to it.
You listen to beats, you saying?
I listen to beats, too,
My mom like that.
I was making up my own words, to be honest.
I mean, sometimes when I don't know what the nigga said, I just throw something in there. That's not rough. All right. We went to, like, what would you call that? I'm not actually black. It was, like, R&B or, like Like, cause I'm Nigerian, so we used to listen. Like, I used to listen to African music growing up. Like,
like R&B, hip hop,
like,
rap.
yeah, like okay, what would you guys call like the slow stuff in the '90s?
R&B,
yeah,
R&B. Nah, yeah, R&B was like a big like
slow moment.
R&B is like a big like contribution to like black people kind of to me. Like, I don't know what it is about R&B, but it's like, and then especially now, it's like it come into play so much because like the game is really a lot about samples right now, like sampling and remaking music and songs and stuff. So that old R&B is like, the old rap is cool, but it don't really fit with the new rap because it's a different like.
It's a new tune.
It's a different tune. So you gotta sample that R&B and you gotta turn it into something else because the R&B is really like, it's not too much. Yeah. A lot of the old rap is like a lot. Like the beats is a lot going on. The vocals is a lot going on. You can't really get nothing out of it like that. But R&B is like, it's not simple, but it's easy going. You feel me? So it just flowed through whatever.
Could you see yourself going that route?
R&B route. Yeah. I make R&B music.
Yeah.
Like,
I know you just dropped the song.
I
just dropped the song, right?
Yeah, I make like R&B music like every now and then. I love it. Like, to be honest, like they fucked up when they let me like, you feel me, really try to auto tune. I'm like, oh, the auto tune on,
bro.
You feel me?
Tory Lanez is probably one of the hardest when it comes to just like
for sure, for sure.
Do you have any artists that you not look up to, but like recognize like, damn, this is a talented artist I would love to work with?
Yeah, all the time. I always try to give credit where it's due. Like, even with non-major artists, like even with artists that like, that's people that I grew up with, or people that like I ran into, like, or people that's just underground, like Riche. Like, when I met Riche for the first time and I really seen him go in the studio and freestyle and all that, I was just like, bro, that's dope. Like, you feel me? Like, I respect that for sure. And I just respect every artist coming up. But like, one artist that I probably like, I could say I look up to was Nip, and that's like, you feel me, about it. But everybody else, like, yeah, I'm always gonna give credit when it's due. Like, you talented. Tory is for sure talented though.
Yeah.
Definitely.
What about producers? Like, are there any producers that you would want to work with?
Like major producers?
Major, LA?
Not really, because I feel like it's talent in like everybody, like every producer. Like, every producer has like a certain, to be a producer, period, I feel like you have to have some type of talent. Like, some type of real talent. Like,
you have to have
not every artist has to be as talented, but to be a producer, you have to be some type of musically talented. So, you feel me? I feel like anybody and everybody could be dope, so I'm just willing to work with, you feel me, whoever.
Very true. I feel like that's something about our age group. It's like, we can kind of see in others, like, oh, we going to be at that level one day. It might take me longer, but I'm going to see you there. Because you was just talking about Riche, and, you know, he's still, like, he's not as big as he should be right now, but one day both of y'all going to be eating, you know? Might be different tables, but y'all going to be eating.
Exactly.
I wanted to bring it back to Nipsey, too, because you also sold a record that was $100.
Yeah.
Similar to his scarcity method. So how did that, like, did it project into the income or the outcome that you wanted? How did that work for you?
It for sure did. Like, I always tell people about that, like, just the fact that I even, like, sold it, and I sold it the first night. Like, it, like, you feel me? I really had a purchase of it on the first night. Was just, like, something to me. Like, you feel me? That's all that mattered. I just wanted to prove a point. Kee Riche is worth $100. That's all I wanted to prove. That's all I wanted to prove.
So how many did you sell?
Right now, I'm probably at like 60.
60.
I'm still trying to sell the full 100, but I'm probably at like 60.
I see you. Yeah, I used to always hear your name, and then it's so crazy putting a face. Like, I'm like, we're about to get him on. Like, because I still live, you know, in the hood, so I'm like, I hear your name often too, especially with my kids. I work with kids, so yeah.
So you mentioned Riche freestyles. Do you freestyle, or are you a writer?
That's where I got it from, bro.
Yeah,
I got freestyling from Riche, and like they camp. Like, I kind of like, when I was coming up, when I first started being like unmanaged, like I was drifting like around they camp a lot. And that's really what most of the artists do on their campus, freestyle. So they kind of like encouraged it. And then I went from there, and like half of my Raised Off Rosecrans tape was all freestyle. And then the whole From Broke to Rich tape was all freestyle.
Yeah. That's dope.
I love hearing you talking about like wanting to be rich and like what are some things that you want to do when you're blessed with a bag? Like
I kind of do them right now. Like you feel me? Like I like to be doing what I want to do. You feel me? On my scale right now, and then you feel me? Just take it to a bigger level as far as everything when everything grows. Like as far as like I do like backpack giveaways and stuff like in the community. And I go like feed the homeless and stuff like that every now and then. I done did like a couple give backs like that. But just like stuff as far as that, like that's what I'm gonna do. But I'm gonna take it further. Like in the future, once I do got a bag, like you feel me, I could go buy like a housing projects or something, or you feel me, I could go buy like something to give to the community or something, like really give them something, like you feel me, something big that everybody could use. Or I could go buy like 1,000 backpacks instead of like 30 backpacks. You feel me?
That's what's up.
So what does get rich mean to you? Like, what is that label? Because most people would look at it and be like, oh, it's just about money.
Yeah.
But you have a different type of, mindset and mentality with the riches.
I always like say like being rich is like it's in your mindset, kind of. And then I pushed like before that getting rich is like it's 3 things. It's like rich in your mind, rich in your soul, and rich in your pockets.
Okay.
And without one, you can't have the other 2. So you gotta have all 3. And that's really what it is to me. Like it's not the same concept. It's like the marathon. You got to keep going, but it's the same concept. You feel me? It's like it's along the same street. It's on a different street, but it's, you feel me, going the same direction. Get rich is just like that's what you want. Like I feel like everybody has grown up with that dream, or they knew somebody that had that dream some type of way. Like you feel me? You was gonna get rich some type of way, any type of way, whatever type of way you could do or you want to do. As long as you doing it, you gonna do it. Like you feel me? If you want $1 million, you gonna go get $1 million.
Yeah.
If you really want it. If you want 100,000, that's what's gonna make you happy. You gonna go get it. That's just the concept.
Very true.
Outside of music, like what type of shit are you into?
I hope. I'm really like all music. Like this is what I do all day. Like this is my life.
So do you watch NBA as well?
Yeah, I watch the NBA every now and then. I don't really watch TV like that though, bro.
It's all music right now?
He said, I ain't focused.
I always been like that though. Like even like when I was in high school rapping, I used to just come home like fuck homework. I'm in the garage, like I'm gonna be on the computer for like a couple hours trying to make music, figure something out. And then once I was out of school, it was just like, what I'm gonna do? Like you feel me? I had shirts. If I got the shirts booming, I'm selling shirts all day. Or I'm on Instagram trying to figure out how the algorithm work on Instagram. So you feel me? Everybody start tapping in. It's really like a lifestyle. Like you feel me? It's not just like part-time rapping. It's really like
full-time job,
artist, like a real career. Like I'm a manager and an artist.
For sure.
I feel like more people who do this type of stuff, like in this field, need to like have that same approach. Like some people only approach it. Like,
that's where I feel like a lot of people fuck up. Like a lot of people let it just be like, all right, maybe like you feel me, if I rap on the weekends or something, like you feel me, I'll be cool. But it's like, nah, you gotta really be dedicated to it. Whatever you gotta do something every day. Like something. What Nipsey say? He was like, if you're trying to build a wall or something, like you just lay a brick a day and you're gonna have a wall. Yeah. So it's like, if I get on Instagram every day and post a song, like you feel me, eventually somebody gonna tap in. And it's like, that's what I used to do, to be honest. Like when I would wake up, this back when I'm like in high school, I used to wake up, post every song on my SoundCloud every morning. And then Twitter only lets you post the same song like once a day. I mean the same post like once a day or like every couple hours or something like that. So when I got back home, I post everything again. And then when I had mixtapes, I was this like 2016, bro, and I'm walking around with mixtapes in my backpack at school, like listen to my mixtape.
That's how I met
like,
T-Fly.
Yeah, like
he's hard.
That's how I met T-Fly.
You feel me? But nah, like it's a different time though. You feel me? But I just had that like that approach to it.
Yeah.
That's incredible. I feel like more people should have that approach because like they need to treat it more serious. Like this is what you want to feed your family with, feed yourself.
Yeah.
Like,
you gotta go all in.
But that's what makes
bro.
people different.
People only gonna take you as serious as you take yourself though.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like that's I was telling some of the homies because like this idea started in my living room. Yeah. So I was thinking like further down the line, like if I want like big name people and like people who have a buzz and like respect what they do to come onto my show, like I have to respect myself and like like step it up and like
Show them that
shit
you're
happen,
serious.
like, show 'em I'm serious as well.
Exactly.
I feel like that mindset is the same wherever you take it.
Whatever.
Wherever road
That's
you
just
going
like
down,
I said. That's
you
the
have to-
concept. Whatever
Yes.
you want to do, you just gotta
You
do
gotta
it.
keep taking
Yes.
steps towards it.
And you're gonna
Exactly.
teach people that through your music. We're gonna teach people that through our podcast. People
Yeah.
have their
Yeah.
different ways of teaching. Like,
Exactly.
Exactly.
It's somebody sitting in
Yeah.
their living room right now, bro, that's looking up to you. I ain't gonna lie, looking up to everybody in here.
That's incredible.
They trying to do the same thing that you doing, that we all doing.
Yep.
Humble beginnings.
Man.
Exactly.
I want to bring
Yeah.
I want to bring it back to your music. You have a song that's doing numbers, West Side Lady.
Yeah.
Is that song, talking about a specific woman?
Nah.
No?
Always own that.
I am.
Dude always goes
Always
straight
own
to
that.
I noticed
She
this
just wanna
is
know.
what the tea. Let me
Nah,
get
it
you the tea.
Nah, that was kind of like, just like, the story behind that song was, Greedo was, he was going to jail. I think it was the
Yeah.
day that he went to jail, or I think it was the day that he went to jail. My boy Taj made that beat, posted it on YouTube, and it was just up as the Sweet Lady Challenge. And somebody tweeted me on Twitter and told me, like, you gotta do the Sweet Lady Challenge. And so I'm like, it's like probably 2-3 o'clock in the morning. I can't sleep. Everybody know that I don't sleep. I'm just sitting up, and I was just like, fuck it, I'm finna go on YouTube and see what bro was talking about. Boom, I played the beat, and I'm like, this hard. So the next day I booked the studio. I went to the studio, recorded it, and then I'm sitting there listening to it as it's playing back. And the homies like, man, you gotta drop this tonight. They like, Greedo just went in. They like, you gotta drop this like right now. And I'm like, fuck it, we finna drop it right now. And then I just let it go. And from there, it was just like, it was over with. But no, it ain't about nobody specific. I just wrote it.
Okay. Just chill. No, I'm just He's single, y'all.
So now that you're full into music, how often are you in the studio?
I try to get in the studio, like, whether it's my session or somebody else's session, like, at least once a week. Like, you feel me?
Yeah.
Like, and then being in the studio, like, with me personally, like, I can knock out tracks, like, you feel me, fast. So it's never really nothing to just be in the studio for like a couple hours and then boom, figure out what you want to do with all them songs.
Have you always been able to do that?
What, knock out music
Just knock
fast?
out
Yeah,
songs.
when I was writing music, I used to write music dumb fast. And then freestyling music, I got faster. Like, the more that I started freestyling and getting used to it. And then, yeah, like, now I could just, you feel me, go.
So how has your music changed now that you freestyle?
I feel like it's more, I wouldn't say it's more real, but I feel like it's more like, like I'm unconscious. Like, when I
More in the moment?
I say, yeah, it's more in the moment. It's more like, it's more now. Like, I feel like when I write, I kind of go back to like past experiences, but I feel like when I freestyle, it's kind of just like what I'm going through now, what's going on right now, or stuff like that. But nah, freestyling just make my songs feel more like fluent. Like, reading is always kind of like you thinking about reading.
Yeah,
sometimes.
it's more
Okay.
genuine kind of.
Yeah.
Okay.
For sure. How do you want the youth to feel? Like, what's the message you want to give to them through your music? Because those is going to be the first ones that's going to be bumping.
The message that I want to send to the youth through my music is kind of like, just like, be prepared. Like, you know, like, I want to talk about more of my like losses than my wins, because I want them to understand, like, you gonna have to take L's to take W's. You feel me?
It's true.
Like,
Facts.
but you just gonna have to like keep going. You feel me? Like, regardless or whatever. Like, when I did my backpack giveaway in the community, it was two kids that came to the park, and we just seen them walking through, and we had some backpacks left. We just chilling. Like, the event was kind of like coming to an end or whatever, and we just had like our spare backpacks. And I'm like, come get y'all some backpacks, like, you feel me? And one of them like, I don't want no backpack. And then the other one like, I'll take the backpack. And then I'm like, here, just take one for him too. And then I ended up seeing them later, like, again, as we was cleaning up. And I just went to talk to him, and I'm like, why you didn't want no backpack? And he just told me, like, I don't know. Like, you feel me? Like, I don't know why I didn't want it. And I'm like, man, what you mean? Like, you mean, like, you need it. Like, you feel me? Everything inside of this, pencils in there, crayons in there. You don't have to use it for school. You just use it at home if you want to. You never know. You might be the next artist or whatever. I'm like, what you want to do? He like, oh, I want to play football. I'm like, well, you got to go to school. You got to go through high school. He said he was in like 7th or 8th grade. I'm like, you got to go to high school. He like, yeah, I know. I'm like, you gotta go to college. He like, yeah, I know. And I'm like, well, you feel me? This is what you need.
Yep.
So that's just really the message. Like, just supply yourself with what you need, or if somebody want to supply you with what you need, like, you feel me? Take it.
Let
Don't
'em.
be afraid to take it.
Yeah, I work with a lot of youth, as mentioned, and a lot of them feel like hopeless. So, like,
Yeah.
the artists that they're listening to are literally about to be up and coming. And I'm
Yeah.
like, y'all got to listen to their deeper message. Like, I
Right.
be telling them, Kaylin got a degree. You
Yeah.
know, like,
Yeah.
y'all can go to college and still pursue what you need to
Exactly.
pursue. So, I love that mindset.
I feel like unfortunately, a lot of African American kids grow up thinking that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy because I went to Sarah to speak there for Black History Month.
Yeah.
Like yeah.
When?
It was in February. This February.
Oh, okay.
Like,
I went there.
I went for.
Oh, you went to Sarah?
Yeah.
I wanted
Oh, you
to.
went there. Oh, you went there to school. Okay,
Yeah.
sure. Now I went to talk to the kids during the Black History shit. They had like something for the D9. So the main thing I was trying to stress to the kids was like, if like for those of you who don't hoop or play football at this school, you still can be successful in life. Like,
Exactly.
Right.
don't think because you can't rap. Because I can't rap.
Right.
I'm not playing football or anything like that. That doesn't mean I can't become a millionaire and feed my family.
Right.
And, like
Yeah.
X, Y, and Z. Like,
And that's what I
there's
try
other-
to tell people about, like, rapping in general. Like, the industry has so many different paths
Yeah.
and different lanes. You could be an A&R, you could be a manager, you could be a
Yeah.
PR, you could be whatever. Like, you could be
Exactly.
anything. You could be an engineer, you could be a producer, you could be, you feel me? And it all goes into rapping. You're going to be in the same rooms with the same people.
Exactly.
You just gotta find your
You can go
niche,
to
bro.
Coaching, you can be an agent. you can
Exactly.
be
Yeah.
all these other things, like you can be a trainer, like so many other things. Like me, I want to be a journalist. Like they
Yeah.
get paid. They get paid too. Like it's crazy.
It's so much more. I just feel like that's what we see in the media, though.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, they don't even see, a lot of the kids won't even know what you're doing in the community. All they're
Right.
going to see is that you're a rapper.
Right.
So it's just, I don't know, because I tell my kids this all the time. Like, when Nipsey passed, I did a PowerPoint on him and everything that he kind of stood for. And they was like, wow. I had their mouths open. I'm like, this
Yeah.
is so important. Like, I
One
need
thing-
y'all to
Well, that
be
wasn't
woke.
broadcasted like, these
One-
other rappers.
one
Because
thing
they
about-
they
yeah.
never wanted to broadcast
Exactly.
them like that.
Yes.
Exactly.
Because
But
me
we-
personally,
yeah.
I fucked with him, but I never really listened to his music. This shit, like I would hear about him is just all the shit he would do in the community and shit. Like
Same
that, and
with
that's
me,
what
yeah.
and then like even though I didn't listen to his music, everything I would hear about him like through community and giveaways and the store and all that shit, I'm like, bro, I'm fucking with this. Like
Yeah.
this is incredible. Like making steps and like he just opened some shit and man, that's crazy.
Yes.
So
Keep up what you're doing in the
yeah,
community. I
that's
love
that's
it.
what's up. Like I aspire to do things like that too. That's one. I don't know if I told you this. That's one of the biggest reasons why I joined the fraternity. Because I felt like that would give me a platform to reach as many like kids as possible. Like,
Yeah.
Yep.
'cause that's big time. Because a lot of kids grow up
Without mentors.
Yeah, without mentors,
Yeah.
without fathers, without mothers. Like,
Right.
and then the worst thing is grow up thinking they can only rap or play basketball or hoop to get rich
Right.
Exactly.
and feed their families. That's like so false. Like,
Man.
yeah.
So I want to bring it back to your, I probably will pronounce this wrong, I say it wrong. Get rich to give back.
Yeah.
Is that is it?
Yeah.
So you do that annually?
I try to. Sometimes I'm like super busy through a month. Like I can't really find the weekend to do it.
Okay.
And then we'll just have to move it. So, like, really, it's just like whenever we could get to it. Like, but we trying to go bigger like each and every time. So sometimes I just take like time off on purpose just so we could really plan, save up, and then just go big the next time.
Okay, I love it.
For the people that don't know, what exactly is that?
Yes.
Get Rich to Give Back started with us going down on Skid Row and giving like food, water, and clothes to the homeless. Like, basically, I was just like enlisting the community, like whatever old clothes y'all have, like just bag them up. I'll come get them. We all put it, like, you feel me, in our individual cars. Go down there. We buy pizza, buy water, buy whatever. Last time we bought like popsicles, and I had like a one of the local like chefs, like, you feel me, that like cook, like, you know, the Instagram cooks and all that come
Yeah.
out, and like, you feel me, they had like pans of their food and stuff like that, and we just passed them out.
That's what's up. That's incredible. Next time we do it, I'd love to come.
For sure.
Same.
yeah,
I could
we'll
bring
love to be a
some
part of
of
that.
my members.
I'd love to be a part of that. Hey, honestly, we really thank you for being here today. Like, it really means a lot that you're sitting in the seat. Like, it's part of our steps, our growth, all that
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
The fact that you even came. Before we let you leave, we're finna put you in a hot seat real quick.
Oh,
And seats might get hot. The questions might get they for sure will get hot. Like it's just
You think so?
Damn,
You can plead the fifth.
You can plead the fifth.
I gotta plead the
Feel me?
fifth.
You plead
All
the fifth
right,
for sure. If you need to, go ahead, do that.
Okay. Jig,
All right, I'll start off. Yeah. What's the corniest line you've used on a girl?
I don't think I ever used nothing corny on a female.
Ooh, then what
yeah.
you saying?
I don't know. I got some hot shit. Like, you feel me? I'm like, I don't even be thinking about it. Like,
That's
Come straight to the dome.
yeah.
What's up? Describe the last time you got way too drunk.
Damn. I don't know. There's a lot of them. I don't know. I got a good drinking tolerance though. Like you feel me? I
Okay.
don't really
I know what
get
you
like
mean. I know
you
what
feel
you
me
mean.
like
how many
that
shots
fucked
can you
up.
take
point.
before you be gone?
I could take a lot. Like it ain't no really gone to me. Like I be
Wow.
cool. Like I could always still drive. Like whatever. Like I'm straight.
Oh, I'm OD.
I'm
at
good. I
6.
can walk. I ain't never
Untapped.
falling asleep. Nothing. I'm good.
Have you thrown up?
Twice. Ever.
That's it.
Twice. Ever.
Hangover?
I'm
Once.
Dang.
Yeah.
You don't get
Y'all
hangover?
are blessed.
I get
hangover,
Maybe
for
cause,
sure.
I don't know.
Once.
One time-
One
I'm
time.
tiny.
The one time I thought I would be in bed like for the next 15 hours, I was up the next like at 6 a.m. vacuuming.
Yeah, I done had days like that too.
Yeah.
Oh God.
I'm
I've only had a
tapped.
hangover
Yeah,
one time.
I'm tapped. Would you rather date a girl with ugly feet or crooked teeth?
Ooh, damn. Ugly feet, I guess. Nah, cause crooked teeth, like everybody can see that. Like you can put some shoes on.
That's crazy.
Just keep your socks on.
Okay.
Your homeboy getting beat up during the one-on-one. You jumping in?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Huh?
Yeah.
All right, so you texting a girl who's pretty, got an amazing personality, her bag is right. You meet her in person, but her breasts stink.
Ooh.
What you doing next?
Ooh. I'm gonna just offer her some gum. You want some gum?
Hey.
Okay, that's nice.
Some gum.
Okay. Your ex says she wants you back. How you responding?
No.
We don't negotiate with terrorists.
On to the next. Okay.
I might not even respond. I might just go like eat some fly or some post on Instagram. You feel me? I ain't even being petty. I'm just living life. You know.
That's
I
funny.
feel it. I
I'm
feel
cool.
You hit the jackpot today for $1 million. What's the first thing you buying?
House.
it. Yes. Some property.
That's what's up. That's what's up. All right, once again, I've said this already, but thank you for being here today. We really
Appreciate y'all for
rock
having
with
me.
you.
Yes.
We would love to have you back. A couple months, like I said
Yeah.
before. Let us know when next time you're doing the Feed the Homeless. We would love to be take part in that. So
And do you have anything coming out
Yeah, that's what I
that
was
you want to
gonna
speak on?
I'm gonna be on Ruchi tour, the Taco Sun tour. Y'all could catch me on a couple dates. I'm gonna do all the California dates, a Phoenix date, and a Vegas date. What else we got coming up?
hey, Arizona's gonna be rocking.
Yeah, for sure.
Man.
Right there.
Let me think. I got a tape on the way. I ain't gonna say too much about that. Yeah, that's probably about it. You
Anything
feel me?
you wanna
I
add?
appreciate y'all having me.
Anything you want to add?
That's it.
All right, well, I want to ask something. Feel me? Shout out to the Sun Devils. Picked up a big win against Cal. Forks up. For those of you who don't know, I'm going to be starting my sports podcast this week called Pull Up the Tape. I'm going to be highlighting Pac-12 football, SEC football, ACC football, Big 10 football, Big 12 football, La Liga, Premier League, Bundesliga, all the above. I rock with sports, football, and basketball. Stay tuned.